Hello, brothers and sisters. Did you know one time I went over to the Vatican and I was walking along a path inside one of the hallways and they had this tapestry. And the tapestry had a depiction of all the little babies being killed right before or after the Messiah was born. They're trying to kill the Messiah off. And you know what I did when I saw that tapestry? I involuntarily started crying. And this was when I was like a teenager. And I didn't even know the Lord back then. But I inherently started crying. Now, I'm not God. I'm not the Messiah. I'm just your friendly neighborhood water bearer. I'm going to show you something. All right, here it is. What do you see? It's a blank slate, right? Now watch this. What do you see now? Your eyes are probably looking at that dot, right? This dot right here is what God sees. That right there is a sin. Now, there are people with multiple sins. Right there. So right here, you have a star. Just now, a man drove by with a star on glass, going to burn in eternity forever in the void. This represents the dream I had of Satan being behind the glass and trying to crack through it, and then me opening up the door and telling Satan, that dragon evil of old, "The Lord rebuke you," and he huddled like a cowering dog. Now on top you have the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and what the devil's trying to do is turn that upside down. Now this pencil represents God. He is the pencil. Now pencils are inherently neutral. Now God utilizes this pencil in order to create beautiful pictures. What Satan wants to do is take the pencil for himself and create devilish pictures. Now Jesus represents the eraser. God gives us the Holy Spirit, the eraser, and he can take away the evil spots that the enemy has placed onto the picture. There we go. All clean. And when you're all clean, you can come to the new picture. God has an unlimited number of pictures. By the way, there's flip books of Marvel movies, and this one is of Spider-Man. You see his lightning spider venom mixing with the blood of man. He's trying to climb to the top of God's tree. This time the Spider-Man is going to collapse. There's going to be no more Spider-Verse. And the spider is going to be killed. Now, the old picture probably has some residual residue left on it. And what God is going to do is he is going to burn the old picture. Now, all those who chose to reject God are going to burn in nothingness forever. And those who chose God and chose to be cleansed by him, God is going to paint a beautiful picture with clouds, sun, new mountains, fresh streams of living waters of life. Now, in my previous video, there was a CGI animation called The Excuse, and it directly ties to in all of the things in my life, including these LED lights with a yellow and white light, a cup holding the cup of living waters. It also represents these apples, and it has a pencil next to the apples. And you see a cup, a green cup that had utensils, a scissors, pencil. I had a video talking about us with the scissors. Currently, I actually have a whole bunch of egg cartons. My shelf. I believe this is directly relates to me. So you see salt and pepper on the very top shelf separated. And guess what they use to separate salt from pepper? They take a balloon, and I had a dream of being raised up by a balloon. Satan will raise you up like a balloon.
Jumping pepper experiment.
And you rub it in order to get some electricity going inside of it, like the lightning bolt of Lucifer. You put it above the salt and the pepper, and it the pepper onto the balloon. By the way, God, Yahweh Vavhe Tikomin, gave me a dream of taking the cup of water, taking that sparkle paper towel, getting it wet, putting it into the cup, and then it burning into a fire tornado, and then casting its flame over the entire congregation of children in school.
Experiment.
I had gotten some paper towels, sparkle, and I cut out the fairy because that is just new age crap. And I was told by Jesus I was married to him, and he said, I'll meet you in heaven for a cup of coffee. I just had a conversation with a lady who was drinking a cup of coffee in the all-seeing eye. She said I was the divine daughter. See? Then I saw she had the same paper towel as I had of the sparkle. And I thought, wait. Right here you see ice cream with a bridge to God. And in that video, it shows the wheel of colors. God will not be mocked. By the way, that video of the excuse had a fire hydrant in it for the second round. And this round, the devil will never win. He's going to burn in eternity forever in the void. Now in that short, you see an apple eaten, and then you see 2 cookies next to it. I just went into the market, and I paid for my propane, and these were right next to them. Now in that video, you see the apple with the pencil pointing to the eaten apple. The apple is not going to be eaten by the enemy this time. I was shown this video about Hot Wheels going around into the water to the bottom of the lake and then brought back up. And we were riding a longboard down a street, and the guy was really excited. He followed me, but halfway through he went home. I'm a longboarder. And washed in the waters of life by Jesus. I just came to a car wash, and guess what there was? So me at the checkerboard matches that checkerboard Hot Wheels. And this time, they're not going to push me back with the evil waters. And so you see this Hot Wheels car in a television screen. I believe Lucifer has made twins in our image in order to try and tie into our mind, body, and souls to try and get you to do things which lead you to destruction. Lead weight, like a puppet on threads. Duality is a big thing in Masonry. I'd previously been given a dream of God giving me a message from a white porcelain cup. See the tux right there? The tie on this cup represents the butler in the baker and butler story in the Bible. Pharaoh killed the baker but kept the butler. The butler revealed that Joseph could interpret dreams from God, and he restored him. My previous name was Robbie. I thought of making a restaurant named R&R, like going to get some R&R. I saw this gold coin and was inspired by it. So that directly ties to the picture of the man wearing the R&R in his shirt, with the roots permeating each other sitting in a restaurant. The picture the lady sent me who got my cab who claimed to be Lucifer, who said people had right hands or a tether or copy of themselves acting in opposition to them, connected to us. You want to know why God redeems and gives us another name when we accept him? So we can be separated from the evil half Lucifer is tied or tethered to us. Jesus is the one that will sever them from us. And then you see Bob's Burgers. I love burgers. I always wanted to make a fast food restaurant called R&R. And you see this guy, he has an R&R holding a white mug, which represents that cup on the shelf. I wanted to point out another thing in iPetGo too. When you see the 6 figure behind the girl who is being killed during the eclipse to cause the tribulation to happen, you see the 6 mannequin has these stripes on its skull. And then you see an exit sign to the left of it. Well, I used to have those stripes on my head. I claim my birthright. I will be God's water bearer. I accept his marriage, and we will get rid of the false Messiah phallus. See the bride being killed. You see an exit sign behind her. See that exit sign behind my head? They already knew it was going to happen. Just like they knew the Notre Dame collapse was going to happen. If you haven't yet, go and see my latest video and then follow the links. The devil said they went back in time to make creation. The cup that I had came from this place, and see that chicken? First, the chicken or the egg? There's an enzyme in the egg that only the chicken can make. God would have had to make existence in the first place.